right. Welcome back to what I believe is part 7 of Fiddlers versus Nobody in a very interesting game we've got going on here. Let me confer with the players about what they'd like to do on this first turn. Okay. And let's get this out to the Discord. Alrighty. So we have Persia versus Babylonia. And we have quite the armies already moving toward each other. From what I watched of the previous matches here, Babylonia took this city of Susa from Persia and has quite the army waiting at Lake Banacus for what is presumably a crossover into Persian territory. Right now we are looking at Persia's turn. And while they are moving some things, I will set the stage. Here we have borders as currently Persia ahead. 70-55 is pretty good. Science. Oh, Persia has rocketed up to take the lead from Babylonia. And let's see what the military score is like. Very close. Oof. Super interesting. Persia is a turn away from machinery. That will be very helpful. It looks like Babylonia already has their own onagers set up right in these hills, making taking out some of these front units very difficult. Persia does have quite a few cataphract archers. One of my favorite units. I love playing Persia. I think the cataphracts are super strong. If I remember correctly, and we'll see when we move over to Babylonia's turn, they are very close to upgrading these spearmen to pikemen, but I believe they are very short on resources to do it with. So when the tech comes, they will have to decide how to get as many of these as they can upgraded to take on these cataphract archers. Okay, we have very interesting little fortified spearmen with a tactician. Very nice. Also, Persia is much closer to a points victory than Babylonia. Persia does have 5 of the 6 completed wonders, including Ishtar Gate, which probably boosted quite a few of these cities. Oh, they have 5 strong cities, 6 strong cities, and a legendary. Interesting. So they have 2 points coming in the next 13 years, maybe a little less if they can pump some culture into Shustar. Okay, that gets them to 36. So they need 6 other points from somewhere. Let's see. I don't see any. Let's see. Do they have any? I don't think they'd be going for any opulence. No, no opulence. Interesting. So, where else can Persia hold on to get 6 points before having to engage this army? That is a good question. Babylonia only has 23 points. Their cities are not quite as good point-wise. Let's check the religions. Oh, okay. So, Christianity and Judaism in Persia. They already have the Temple of Solomon, so they could get 2 more points from the Christian building in whatever city, Katara. Back here. Okay. So then they need 4 more from somewhere. They could sell out to get some wonders, or they could just try to take a city and grow it. We'll have to see how these two armies meet, because these are very large armies. And here in Babylonia, we are 3 turns from infantry square, getting the definitely needed pikemen to go against the cataphract archers. They have quite a few Cimmerians themselves. Those are always nice. Can kind of splash a bit from the back lines to go along with the onagers, can do quite a bit of damage, and they're moving up and defending. Is this a setup for an onager line? It is. I think I'd rather see an onager in this spot than that spear. This hill's not too bad, but this hill would be really great. So putting the spears up front to block for the onagers. I'm not sure what you'll get from that unless you continually creep forward and kind of jump these onagers and Cimmerians. Because from here you can't hit anything unless it comes at you. So we'll have to see how that goes. I don't know about this fortifying, especially because this thing's likely to get hit by ranged, so it's not going to hit back when it gets to full fortification. I guess a little bit extra defense, but I don't know. I'd rather see somebody come up and build a fort there if you want to stay here long term, but could go either way. They are not building more Cimmerians with their citadel, presumably because they are very short on wood. The other resources are not too bad, although they are losing some gold. A lot of iron, which is going to be great when they want to upgrade those spearmen to pikemen, but they are going to need a little bit more. What do you need for a pikeman? You need 50 wood, 100 iron, and 100 training. Training shouldn't be a problem, iron shouldn't be a problem, but wood, and also being in territory. If you're setting up a thing here, you're going to bring these guys back? That is interesting. All right. So onagers are now available for Persia. They also have their additional cataphract archer card. I do think more units is always better. This is probably a trap in this instance because they just recently got to legendary and got this, but they have the ability to build them already. I would not spend the science on that, but I couldn't blame someone who really wanted to guarantee some units. Architecture, I like it. Especially if they are trying to finish this on points. Engineering will be very helpful in that. They have very little stone at this time. What could they even build? The Mahabharata, 900 stone. The museum, 800 stone. Monumental Buddha's 1200. Yeah, they're definitely going to need that discount, and they're going to need a lot of stone if that's the way they want to end this. Be very difficult, but you could definitely do it as long as you focused on that and held them at bay while you did it. But it does not look like Persia is in a rush to run up here to this middle and claim some of this, take down some of these. I think they see a good defensive position for Babylonia. They don't need to assault it. It's not actually stopping them from doing anything at the moment. Persia's the one that gets to choose, for the time being, gets to choose how this game ends. Do they want to rush for wonders and win it? It's a possibility. It's, in fact, a strong possibility. But they will need some stone if that's the case. They could sell just a bunch of food and a bunch of wood just to be able to buy a couple of wonders. What does their look like? Okay, so their king is 76. And their heir is their cousin who's 78. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, having a builder in line would be nice if you want to go for the wonder finish. But I don't see that coming. Their families, statesman, very upset. Interesting. This oligarch does not care. But this is interesting. What did they do? Their city's discontent. Never having a leader. And some laws. Yeah, this is tough. If you could get this family to switch to Judaism, you could get a lot more happiness out of them. Right now they're getting, what, -6 from the religion? So you're looking at a 206 bump. You can almost erase this whole thing if you spent some time trying to switch them. And they have, oh, yeah, there's a lot of people already in here you need to switch. So maybe with this guy being ill, you can just wait him out. But they have quite a lot of orders, and they have Rebel to take care of. They don't need to push anything. Getting some archives. Okay. It's a way to push this science rate up a little higher, at least in the short term. I do love onager. Very nice. Could probably pull one in there, one here. I'm kind of curious what ends up happening in Parsa, but I like pulling out the onagers. That'll definitely have in your own, setting them up maybe in these hills before they become undefendable, or a couple up here. It could definitely stop this movement, this Babylonian movement, in its tracks. Don't want to let them get a position. When Babylonia gets this position on these hills, then you're in trouble. Then Tus can be assaulted. If Babylonia gets this position on these hills, Darban can be assaulted. I don't think they can do that in the short term, and they probably want to pull back these spears when they can upgrade them. But we will see. Under his spell. Interesting. Your daughter can marry an older guy, or you can become cursed. Sure. I'm not sure I'd be that concerned about what my heir was, who my heir was marrying at this moment. This game's going to be decided in the short term, probably. Though, this has gone clearly to a 7th session and 118th turn, so this is not going to be an easily decided one. Okay, inching up a little bit further. Getting yourself on these hills. So this from here can hit quite a lot. Still doesn't hit anything that is currently positioned or lets you actually get to a city, but this is going to be very hard to assault this position. This guy hits quite a lot. These guys hit quite a lot. The Sumerians have quite the range up on these hills. And building some roads up here, I like it. You are going to need to get more units through this pass, and you're going to want to do it with as few orders as possible. So road this up, I would say. They don't have a lot of money though, but I was going to say you could definitely steal some of these tiles. Are they running? They are not running colonies. Okay, you could switch to that, but I would hate to get even further behind Persia in orders. But switching to it, getting some of this territory so that it's just yours, and you could reinforce across some lake tiles would be helpful, but I get that that's kind of expensive, and they're not blessed with a lot of money. Here's some chopping going on over here, though. I like this. This will definitely help with the pikeman upgrades. Chop some of this out. Get these spears up to pikes in a couple of turns. And have a lot more capability against the cataphracts. So right now, this, let's just find a... Man, he's got so many generals on his cataphracts. I was trying to find a neutral cataphract. There's one. You can do 12 to this spear and 10 to that spear. That's because they're not getting hit back, because they're not defending a melee attack. These guys really can get kind of mowed down by these guys. And what will it do back at the moment? It'll do 4 to a cataphract. That is rough. Getting up to the 8 strength pike is going to help a ton more. But you gotta have the resources, and you gotta get them back in your territory. So we'll have to see how Babylonia wants to do that in 2 turns. Also, I would be selling some of this iron. I know you need some of it, but you're gaining a lot a turn. And I don't actually know what it sells for you. Okay, it's been selling iron because it's the most profitable resource. Okay, well then that's not too bad. But I do personally like to control when my money is in a deficit where that's coming from. So it's a resource I definitely know I'm getting rid of instead of letting the game do it for me. Okay. Could switch to a judge. I don't know if that's actually all that helpful at the moment. 22 orders is so many orders. Getting this achievement so late that you get 22 orders is wild. That's... I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with those. They're not really attacking. But that's a lot of money. You might take the orders just to not have to spend that money. What do we got after that? Oh. I think that was it telling you needed a new ambassador, but I cannot read that. Oh, I can hover it and get the English. That's funny. Okay, well they already took care of the ambassador. They put in a schemer, which I believe is new as in the main branch as of today. So good timing. Are they making any moves with these units? It does not look like it, which is totally reasonable. There's not much to be gained from attacking into this clearly heavily fortified set of units. Ooh. Got one horseman back there ready to do his best to rout everybody who gets injured by all this other splash. It does look like while their scores are similar. Oh, no, Babylonia went up quite a bit there. What does it show as? Okay, it still shows as similar, but that's quite a big jump. I was going to say, I think they have more units. I love military units like in control of. Persia's produced one. Okay, let me just go over here. Persia has what, 23 units? Babylonia has 31 units. Okay, so not massive, but definitely a lead. And I think once Babylonia gets any number of these spears upgraded to pikes, that graph is going to shoot up. Babylonia is going to be quite a bit stronger. I do wonder how they're going to attack this, though. Do they move a little by little? At some point, you're not going to be on these hills, and you're going to get a little less range out of everything. But I guess you just wait till the spears are pikes, and then you're less concerned about coming out here. Okay, we got up to 35. Looks like one of the cities went up. Yep, that was the legendary event we got. 10 more till a third one. But yeah, they still need points somewhere. It's almost certainly not going to be from those cities growing unless they can make this game take 70 more turns, which would be very impressive. I actually kind of would like to see the tournament game end by turn 200. I suppose that's all Persia needs to do, since they are likely to win at that point. Maybe they just want to research some points. Do they have any of the point things marked? They don't. Okay. That's definitely a way to win a science victory, if you will, is to get enough extra points from the repeatable end techs. Okay, Babylonia is only a turn away. Do they chop some more in order to get enough wood for this? For next turn? Let's see. Keep it on the roads. I like that. Building some temples is nice. I do find this two-slinger setup probably left over from a previous engagement or plan, but just waiting here. If you come across, I'll get you with my rocks. Okay, they're bringing a lot up. I'm curious about this. Do they want to upgrade right at the next turn when inventory square is finished? Because you're just going to have to pull them all back into your territory. Or are you going to go down south? Going to like pull a few of them in here to upgrade? I'm very curious about what they do next turn. This could be very dangerous, or it could be just a bunch of units sitting in hills waiting for someone to show up to shoot. Okay, 100 stone from a statue. Cool. And we're going with a hamlet. Okay, push the territory out. This, if that was the plan, I think that should have been started 5 turns ago, but all right. I suppose they were trying to build. No, the shrine's already here. I don't know. Let's see. That's gonna get you some of the territory, but not much. Yeah. Well, definitely very interesting. Definitely something to watch. Yeah, they're chopping. I hear them over here. Chop, 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 chop. They have the wood now. They have a single turn left until pikemen are ready. Do they bring all of those spears back and upgrade them? How many spears are we even looking at this point? Okay, I want only this type. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh. Those do not have any. That would be a very interesting if Persia decide to add some axes or maces or something to that effect. Though there is a ballista in there. But 10 has 10 spears, the entirety of their melee infantry. And presumably they're gonna want to upgrade them. I'm very curious to see. Okay. Finished that, and you can actually put in philosophy or engineering. So, what do? I actually don't mind goods boosts at this moment if you are trying to build 2 more wonders to win this game. Well, 3 wonders counting the Christian building, Christian thing. What do we call that? It's not decided, so I can't look. But yeah, so goods boost would be great. Probably end up selling a good amount of them, but you need this stone pretty desperately. That food is so expensive. You can get so much for this. You have 6,000 gold per 1,000. You have 36,000. Well, it's going to go down every time you sell, but it's a lot of money there. Okay. They're still just massing up. I mean, I'm sure they see most of what's happening here, but they can't do a ton about it. Or maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they could, but they shouldn't. Retreating into some back areas, making sure they can't get hit by all these range units on the hills. But you could do quite a lot. Man, if they don't know that these are going to get to be pikes soon, they could do so much. You could just murder these with all of the cataphracts that you have. Oh man, you could clean up. Yeah, unfortunately you can't route them. That's a pain, but that's a lot of damage. What about this? You can't get up there, but oh my gosh. Holy cow. Goods boost, I love it. I hope that means they are going for the wonders they need to win this game. That would be a great outcome to start those wonders and put an actual literal clock on Babylonia that they need to do something in. You know, once you start building them, what are we looking at? 12, 14 turns. Give them an end date. Make them have to do something. What does this one have? 9. Okay. So yeah, the wonders are definitely longer than that. But if you, as soon as you start, the strongs are what? 14. Yeah. As soon as you start any of these, presumably you don't do a legendary. Although the legendaries cost so much stone. You're basically putting a clock. 14 turns from the time I start all of these till we're done. I'd be very curious to see that. So, Babylonia's finished. Infantry square. Excellent. They have the resources to upgrade all of these spears into pikes. Oh, do you grab a couple of longbows? You got enough Sumerians. I don't know. Maybe martial code. Maybe the longbows are the soldiers just to cycle. Oh, you are a scholar. You don't even need to do that to cycle. Okay, longbow. More units. Not bad. Not my favorite tech, but especially when I've got a ranged unique. But I can't blame them for more units. This could clearly be quite the battle. And your son and distant successor gets a boost, and you get a boost. Oh my god. That wisdom just keeps going up. Okay, how do we upgrade all of these spears into pikes? Well, this one is already in the territory. This one can be in the territory pretty easily. This one's still okay, he's bringing it. I was gonna say it's kind of a way back there, but he's bringing it. Bump him now. Oh, you have all the stuff. Do it. Okay. Yes. Okay, now we have this pike. Now against this. Where do we find one of the basics? 11. That was 4 to that guy earlier. Again, we might have a little bit of family dynamic between some of these, but that is massive damage you can go in and do against these cataphracts. Now you gotta get the rest of these upgraded though. This should be a very interesting move to see how many orders they spend on upgrading, how many orders they spend pulling back these front ones to get to a spot where they can upgrade them. Maybe they aren't gonna. Okay, they got roads. They're gonna keep doing it. But this guy needs to be upgraded now. That guy needs to be upgraded now. This is a chariot. I guess you got the stuff. Maybe upgrade to a horseman now or a horse archer, but horseman probably better. I like the heckler on it though. That's nice. Still moving down. So they're going down. Do they think these hills are the staging ground? Is this where the onagers are going to set up? And try to assault Tuss, which, by the way, has an insane amount of hit points. This has got, what, walls and moat? Yeah, that's pretty good. Though, if you can't hit the onagers, and they can just freely smack you, the number of hit points doesn't help you a ton. Just delays the inevitable. But it does look like that's the way they're going. So, still there are more. There was a spear here. Did you move him forward? Oh, you got to get these guys upgraded. You moved that one there. All right. You have all these resources, and pikes are so much better than spears. I haven't been looking at the comments. I hope someone's paying attention. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, maybe I should read the comments. Yes. Their power is still similar. Persia's been behind in research for a while, and research is done. Yes, put some generals or promotions on these. There is so much going on here. You can do so much with these guys. Like, okay, you've got a heckler hero on this, but this guy? Okay, counterattacks during melee would be fine. Yeah, there are not a ton of generals to go around, but oh man, I like to look at these units, especially my ranged units. There's some really good range promotions, and immediately check and see if they've got them and add it if I've got the training, or sit them somewhere where they can get the training. Shrapnel to add some more splash to these guys is nice. This one, you could go either way on any of these. Seeing if some of their ranged units have... Okay, so you did already get an eagle eye. I love that. Alright. Yeah, another shrapnel like they could get. They do have a single horseman in Babylonia, and they just got a second one that came out as a chariot. I don't think they built a chariot. Maybe it was an event. No, that's not the capital. They built a chariot and upgraded it. But Persia's got to know, I think, Persia's perhaps should be assuming that Tus is the target. That's what it looks like. Unless this is just random positioning, but they're inching down. Land consolidation. Kind of curious why they didn't have it yet, but maybe there aren't that many. 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe if it's just 3. At least in the territory they have. But yeah, at some point you gotta get a move on to the other stuff. I suppose if I was dealing with all of that, I'd really love longbows, but I don't know that they actually have a plan so much. There's nothing in the tree that is marked. Okay. Got it. Brother took over, and you can get something, or you can be perfect. Alright, what did they take? Okay, 220 science, which is a little overturn. Lose a courage, gain a discipline. Okay. And a spark. Oh, yes. Fascinating young envoy. Getting another person is nice. Getting 2 more discipline is probably better. Although there's people who are deceitful would hate you for being loyal. Well, it's so tough being a ruler. You try to be great, and these deceitful people come out and dislike you for it. Looking back at some of these now, Persia can get... Sure, we're looking at maybe 1 from Shustar. The others are pretty far away without some changes, so I don't think those are good choices for endgame. So we're looking at 1 point there. They need 6 more. I'm hoping goods boost means they're going for wonders. There's an opulence coming up here. I like that. So that knocks, what, another 1 off? That doesn't actually help. Opulence gives you 1, yeah. It doesn't actually help without another opulence or a single point from somewhere. It doesn't get you 1 less wonder you need. But we see a slow crawl down to Tus. So I'm curious how this goes. I would also be curious about this area is open and Persia sees it. Persia's got 1 scout in this remaining forest tile, which Babylonia needs to cut desperately to stop providing that information. But if you had a few of your cataphracts come around the back and just clean up a bunch of this back stuff while everything's up here, you could really surprise them, do some damage. I don't know if it'd be good enough. I don't know if you would take enough from the front lines to stop, to not give you enough to defend this. Interesting. Are you allowing a disciple to get murdered just to... Is this a tactic I don't know about? With the disciples? Interesting. I mean, Judaism already dislikes Babylonia, so I don't think getting it to dislike it more by killing some of the disciples would change a whole lot, but maybe just an advance warning system of when attacks are happening. This has been a test of the disciple advance warning system. We have been attacked. Please help us. And there it is. Wreck a disciple. Sure. Okay. Okay. How do we defend this? What do we put down here? Okay, we're getting more road. Are we upgrading some more of these? Gotta get these guys upgraded. I do not know what they're planning on here. Okay, so a Sumerian in the middle. I like this grouping, although this guy's a little exposed. Imagine some more's coming. But what is the end game here? Do you come down here and take Tuss? And why spears? Why not have upgraded them? And next, you are still adding units. I mean, Babylonia does have more science done. Definitely like a 3,500. But maybe get further ahead with it. Maybe get further technologies. Maybe leverage the technologies you have to upgrade some of your units. Those could all be very useful. Yeah, I don't... It's hard to tell if Persia knows they can win by points. Or if they have a plan for it, or what to do about it. I'm very curious if the players chat afterwards about some of their strategies. Okay, we did get another one upgraded. That's good. Where did the first one go? Okay. Maybe get those guys out front post haste. Those pikemen are going to be so good with what you're fighting. Okay, I don't think... I have to check some of Persia's cities, but I don't think they have another states. I still think they have another opulence point coming. Okay, they did start the Mahavihara. It's a good use. Okay, they've got to know there's a points chance here. I mean, you don't start this. What does this even help you with? Libraries to research? Okay. Sure, like, those benefits are good, but they're not... You have to be doing it because you know you can get a victory. We have a lot of onagers coming, which is going to be very fun for Persia. But Babylon has this massive units. It's going to be rough if Persia does not have a good position or rush out these wonders. They cannot take their time and just let Babylonia do what they want. That's definitely could be bad. Okay, don't. Yeah, I mean, like, sure, guilds is a great law. Sure, cathedrals are nice, but none of these researches pushes you to a win condition. I'll be curious to see what they choose. Okay. Let's go around this. You're already building opulence. Do any of the either? You have luxuries. Don't have opulence available, so you must not have estates. You don't even have luxuries. I guess you could technically have opulence available without luxuries at the moment if you built the estates of Wild. No. Okay. So there's no other opulence coming. Okay. Now we see some of this happening. Let's watch this. There's a lot of spears out here. And a lot of partially hurt units. Let's see how the cleanup is. We got one dead. How do we clean this up? Yes, we can see the power graph. I'm going to wait till we see how this gets cleaned up. I believe Babylonia is a little bit stronger. Okay, they're still listed as similar. Babylonia is a little bit higher, though. What we see around Anshan is a good portion of his army, though a bunch of cities are about to pull onagers, and there's scattered units around. There's a couple up here getting some training, some in the places here. But yes, he definitely has less units, but at the moment they are frequently more powerful up until these spears get upgraded. Okay, nice to get rid of that onager. This one's still here. One isn't massive. This one can hit some people. This one can hit some people. The Sumerians. Oh god, the Sumerians. They're so damaging. Okay. What are we doing with you? Interesting. What? There's a lot of partially hurt things. We have, what, 3 kills? There's still tons of stuff partially killed. We get this archer in here, maybe? No, that still doesn't kill that guy. Oh, that's rough. Okay, you got your own onager. You can set them up far enough back. Decent. Not too bad. This one can kill. Okay, yeah, definitely spend an order and get this kill, please. We moved him all the way up there. Finish him. Finish him. Okay, maybe we will not finish him. There's the kill. Okay, great job. That is 100 training well spent for a sweet, sweet murder. Okay, I assume they're done fighting. So, this is the current military score. I assume this will change a bit as some of these things died, but Babylonia has been ahead. They've got more units. There was a lot of spear on spear. There's cataphracts to Cimmerians, but Babylonia's big advantage at this point is the number of onagers that are out and the fact that they have pikes. Now they need to get more of them up to pikes, but they definitely have the tech advantage. Okay, looks like they are player 2, so this probably hasn't switched. It has not. Okay, how do we respond? There are a lot of hurt units. Onagers are going to fire and do quite a bit of damage. Ooh, boy. We can do quite a bit of that. So we've got this Cimmerian, this Onager. These two definitely need to fire and see what's left over. Can do a lot of murdering. Yep, so they lost 3 or 4 units. Okay, this one fired. All right. Yeah, I suppose they want to keep firing on this guy. Don't want to hit him with something and get hit back, so definitely range on him. I think Persia, I mean, I don't know. War timing is one of the things I am not very good at, but I feel like if Persia's going to put a clock on by building wonders, I would have dragged this out as long as possible before I started attacking or pseudo defending. Okay, we got one down here. You know what? I think I turn off my unit animations sometime. I'm going to turn those back on in a bit. Okay, firing. All right, there we go. 4. Yeah, get your pikes up there, buddy. They'll murder these guys. Oh, okay. Oh, the route. Though, he positions a lot of spears around, so you're not going to get a sweet route chain, but you'll get a good enough one. Get that and then hit the spear. You could probably kill it with something else. Though, it's sad to get that short a route chain on this horse who might die shortly thereafter. And a commander. Interesting. I mean, I like shield bearer, fierce, but with another horse next to it, loses some of its luster. Okay, killed 2 Persian units. We've killed 3 Persian units. Nice. Love this use of ballista. Do some serious damage. We still have quite a bit of orders with all of our units already up here. Probably kill, yep. That spear goes. We're at 4 killed units. Let's say this spear could probably die. This spear could die. I'd love to see someone spend some effort on this cataphract, but it's got a tactician, so that's rough. Interesting. Use of the ballista against only 1. Guess if that's what you got, that's what you got, but a little sad. Okay, we want to kill that. I wonder if they're going to try to hit that again. Hope they know that you can't route through a pole arm. So if you put a lot of effort into killing this thing with the horse, you're just going to stop. Okay, that was good. Use that on him to get one hit. Okay. That one's dead. Let's see. This one can do 5. This one does 4. Not quite enough. Oh, geez. That can do 9. Gotta get these pikes. These pikes are massive. I don't know if maybe it's a strategic play to keep it back or... Nah, there it is. Okay, good job. This guy's dead. What did he have? Oh, he was very veteran. See you later. So we're up to 6 Persians killed. I will be very interested to look at the power graph when the turn flips. This is going to be some drops. Oh, the ambassador, he just put in like a couple of turns after we started. But yeah, his politics, not great, especially with the number of hunters units he has. This is rough. 440 from discontent. Holy cow. And he's still just murdering in spite of the unhappiness. I'd be curious to see what Persia's politics look like. Does he have any good ambassador choices? 40 and it's cast height. That could pull you out. That's 40 plus whatever it gives you for having one of the family, which I think is 20. That pulls you under negative 100. That'd be big. Although minus 10 religion is gonna pull you back down a little bit. Okay. Persia did lose 7 units, and that power graph. Ooh boy. That was a big drop. Do not feel good about that for Persia. Persia is currently, yes, Babylonia is stronger. They've been learned. That's not new. Politics pretty good in Persia. They can make statesmen happier, but I would imagine statesmen is not a large part of their army. Well, there's 2 of them right there. 3 of them that could make it a little happier. But how does Persia respond? Because they can kill some stuff, definitely. But how much stuff can they kill? Okay, good. Route the horse. What you can kill? Yeah, you can kill either one of these spears. But unfortunately, that stops your route. Super annoying to be fighting against this many spears. But you're killing them before they're pikes. So, great. Good for you. Okay, can't let this spear live, or this spear. Gotta wreck some of these. Oh, yeah. Holy cow, that's some damage against that pike. Massive. This pike's gonna die now. Although that might have been a sacrifice of the ballista, but that was so much damage. What can you do to him? Oh, God. So weak. Yeah, you two can get closer and kill. Yeah. Can't let this pike live. I'm not sure what the best option for killing it is, but it's gotta go. Yeah. I guess of all these, I would like to see hydraulics because they could get more ballistas out. But please don't leave this guy behind. Let me turn, actually. Wish I knew when they were going to stop fighting so I could turn back on animations. I turned it off for a single player game. I was a fool, not prepped for my casting yet. Okay. Gonna hit some more stuff. If I can remember where it is. Is it UI? Jeez. Is it in general? Why can't I remember where I cannot remember where the actions are. Okay, they killed another one. Killed another spear. So he's killed 5. But yeah, you gotta... Okay, good job. Gotta get that pike out of the way. Cannot let him last. There's another pike here, but I think he's probably too deep. Though. Oh, you can do a lot. Oh, man. Man, oh, you gotta hit this freaking ballista. Get something down here to do enough damage to it so you can route it into the Cimmerian or into that Cimmerian. Either way, you gotta wreck this guy. Maybe you can even wreck. Oh man, you could probably even wreck this. Yeah, wreck this worker along the way. That would be funny. Okay, gonna go some down here. All right. The routes. General instant movement. Ah, okay. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. Yes, that's so much better for casting. I appreciate that, Problem Gambler. Don't let anyone ever tell you your gambling is a problem. And this is the power of having a unique routable. If you got a lot of them, you can just run through this stuff. These guys, without the spears in front, which should have been pikes, can run roughshod over these Cimmerians, these onagers. They can just wreck things. This guy still has a route, and you cannot pass this up. This is a massive damage. Hopefully, nobody is looking for someone else to come over here and do enough to make this route chain continue, because this ballista's gotta die. There it is. Excellent. Route him. What do you do now? You route the worker. Very nice. Heck, you get a nice shot off on this onager if that's what you want. Routing units. So much fun. 10 kills. That is 10 kills on Babylonia. If only more of these spears had been pikes. This is some very beautiful tactical display by Persia, one of my favorite nations, and this is why. Once you get into the underbelly of the units, once you get past the protective shell, all these cataphracts routing are just so good. Okay. How does Babylonia respond? I think the paragraph probably didn't get upgraded. Okay, he did get his 2 free longbows. They'll help, but they're not a cure-all. Does he still have a routing unit? He had a second horse. Did it make it? It's here. Okay. This horse can do a decent amount to some of these things. So there is some route potential. I guess we're just going to kill this guy. I guess he's just dead. That is fine. That's some serious damage. He got dealt out. Not a bad trade. What if we bring this longbow? Only 4. Man. This is a chunky cataphract. Okay. Alright, interesting. Is this one gonna shoot from here? Oh my gosh. Why is this guy so chunky? Just friendly famine. Other people's families being not great. And having so many range units that don't have a range upgrade. Eagle Eye is insanely good on these range units. That's the one that has Eagle Eye. Wow, that was a lot to kill that one. Probably still, you know, something that needed to be done, but that was a ton. Can you use this horseman to route? Do you have enough things here? You do have this beautiful, beautiful pike, which needs to be here. This pike needs to stand here. And holy cow. Okay, so if you can get that archer out of the way, that pike can wreck on those cataphracts. We got some more to do to this guy, because I think you want to kill him. Interesting. You gonna put the spear in there? What's that do in 4? Oh my god. Guess you could do the pike with that. You overkill at that point. Ah, here comes the route. Excellent. Can you route up on that? Oh yeah. Beautiful. That's a chain. Okay. Do you have enough to kill? Probably. With this pike? Holy shit. That is so much damage. If only you had just a few more pikes. Okay, there's still one up here. What can you do with him? Okay, you can move him here and do the kill. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. Alright, alright. So we hit back for 5 kills, 3 cataphracts, an archer, and a spear. It's quite nice. This is a bloodbath. We're going to see another drop in both sides' power. When we flip the turn and look at the score again. Holy cow. Those pikes. Massive pike damage. Tell me you've got something to kill it with. Oh, a slinger. Beautiful. That's 4 cataphracts, archers, an archer, and a spear. That's some big kills. He routed a bunch of your units, and you came back and murdered a bunch of cataphract archers. This graph is going to be just so gross. So much death, destruction. Still have 2 cataphracts back here. Still have 2 on the front lines. We have a couple of onagers, 3 onagers set up around. Do we have any cataphracts? But we have basically no units back here. Okay. This is getting dicey for Persia. The roads are still coming. Still, Babylonia could have done a lot more damage with those 2 families happier. Okay. Holy jeez. That is just another straight down turn for both of them. 1280 to 800. Wow. Okay. Onager, 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 Archer. You finished with your opulence and nothing yet. Okay. Well, they haven't put the clock out yet. There's one city gonna get better. And there's 1 wonder. So it's 39. There's still 3 points to find somewhere. Oof. That's all you can do is with this guy for 4. That's sad. I think you should be able to route through this if you do Cimmerian to Horseman to Spear last. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 cataphracts. So what else can you route? Maybe if you can route a few of the... Oh, that guy's a freaking zealot. Maybe if you route... Maybe you can start the chain up a little higher. Or just ignore this as part of the chain. Just go this way. Through the Cimmerians. This... Well, that's the way to go. This needs to come down here and hit 2 Cimmerians, or once you've killed this one, go here and hit 3 Cimmerians. There we go. Boom. Can this route through this yet? Not quite. So far. Oh, we can't tell. Okay, that one come through. Okay. Oh, that one did not do enough damage. That's rough. Okay. Maybe you should come around this way to kill through the... to route through the onager. It's hard. I don't know if you see this guy. Ooh, Jesus. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to bring those other cataphracts, as sad as that is. You don't have other damage. Yeah, they're down to 14 units. You... Okay, you're gonna bring them. What'd you give them? Shield bearer, focus. Okay. Those are definitely useful. Does this one have any upgrades? It doesn't. Okay, so yep. Order on that. You to keep routing. Oh, 1 short. That is so painful. Gonna try from the other end, because... Okay, that one, that one. You gotta hit this guy. This onager cannot live. Okay, you're gonna go up. That's alright. I think that's it though. We got 5. fine. Also, portcullis is fine. I don't know that there's just not enough useful reinforcements coming for Persia. I love getting the onagers. You know, great. Actually, oh, that's pretty out in the open, but you've got to get this closer this turn. Force march here and unlimbered. Yeah, that's not great, but regardless, onagers are great. Onagers, if everything else you have has been killed, aren't gonna do a whole lot. If Babylonia kills basically all 4 of these cataphracts, then Persia's really hurt. If it kills 3 of them, that's bad, but not game end. Well, I mean, pretty close to game ending. But these are, and they're lined up. Oh man, and that pike is right here. Jeez. Yeah. I don't think Persia delayed this enough. I think Persia's going to have a hard time keeping back these units. I'm very curious about the use of disciples, maybe just to take up space. It's very interesting. Really just very interesting. Okay, Babylonia is... What did they do that all of their places are idle? Oh, look at that. Rush out. Probably rush out. A horse, a pike. There's a pike here. Okay, getting enough extra units up there is going to be super helpful. And they absolutely... Interesting. I'd have been more concerned with this pike doing a whole lot of it, but maybe they're not. But that is one cataphract down. Oh, did it say he got crippled? Oof. Rough. Still quite a bit of damage to come out. Yeah. Presume they want to just fire on this one with ranged. Take out as much as they can. I'd be looking to take out this ballista too, but the cataphracts are a good enough prize if you can get all 4 of them. Jeez. It's real hard to kill this one. It's basically anti-ranged. Yep. Keep it coming. Nice. As a governor is where Babylon's commander leader is. Shield bearer, fierce, governor of Babylon. Yeah, that's a lot of cataphracts down. A lot. see. 32 orders left. Lots of slingers. Ooh. Well, I mean, I really want to get rid of this archer. Okay, yep. Do you have enough to kill their last cataphract? Can you force march this guy in? You can. Oh. Or okay, that's one way. I mean, I think you're gonna have to march this guy in if you want it anyway. But maybe these other units have enough. A slinger for 3. A slinger for there's nowhere to stand next to it for 2. Gross. Gross, don't leave that guy alive. Well, if you surround him, I guess it doesn't matter a ton if you left him alive, but please kill him. Oh. Alright. You have so much training. Force march. Get that kill. Did the graph look like before this turn? Okay, I don't think that moved. I don't think it ticked over yet. No, we're still gotta wait. That's quite a lot of damage. Babylonia hath wrought destruction upon Persia. Hey, they were able to get this family better. Because Zoroastrianism likes them. Okay. How does Persia respond with this much remaining army? Persia's still just weaker. It might take till next turn take over to see the difference. Oh, look at that. Ambassador, you even have slightly above 0 family. Okay. Oof. 960 to 620. That is some fighting. Blow for blow, back and forth. They didn't even have steel. Okay, well, yeah. I guess when I suggested axes earlier, that wasn't going to help. Yep. Just alive. You can do quite a bit of killing when it's alive. Should have forced march this pike. This cataphract is going to go down in a blaze of glory. I don't know if it'll be enough, but it'll be fun. Can he get enough damage on this? He needs 10 more. Kill it from this. 2. Jeez, nah, I don't think he can. Yup, murdering. I think that's a longbowman about to be dead. can you do to him? 2. Gross. I like him standing in the trees, but he can't hit anything from there. And hey, remember when I said last turn you should have force marched him and put him there? That would have been really handy this turn. You would have actually been able to kill this longbow. What else can he kill? Okay, well there's a Paulton. Ooh, don't even have time to go get him upgraded. Yikes. Yikes. The force march doesn't even let you kill that freaking longbow. You can't even force. Oof. The training. Steel, yeah, okay. That's totally reasonable. Don't pass up on your free hits. I know you want to kill this thing, but this guy's dead next turn. If you can't kill that onager, at least take the 10 hits on it. I don't think you can kill it. Oh, jeez. This thing can do 7 from there? Man, Eagle Eye is so good. 2. Jeez. 3, okay. Yep, 3. Get 3 from there. Then after that. Okay. Okay, okay. It's pretty good. What's the backup, though? An archer? Some onagers? Master priest. I mean, that sure is a lot of training. Does the city need training? Yeah, you have this guy left. He can do some. Yeah. Put a hit on him. Okay, well, that's pretty much all the units. Sorry, it's not. It's too zoom in there. Oh, wow. Okay, the estates. The lack of courage. Guess you do need that priest. Holy cow. I'd be curious if Babylon pulls back any of these injured units. Like, this longbow is not something you're going to have more of soon. If you kill some stuff here, do you pull it down? Heal it? Why are you still the governor? Alright, so what's left for the kill? There's 4 things. Okay. There goes the ballista. There goes the cataphract archer. Guess we are just gonna leave this stuff out here. It's probably gonna lose it. But There's an awful lot of slingers. I feel like, do we even have? The only longbows I've seen are the ones from the cards, so maybe we've got composite bow, so at least the slingers could be archers. But now that we're in the fight, you probably don't want to spend time on that. I have a bad feeling about these unguarded onagers. Huh. They should get another round of hits off. I don't think all of them will die this time, but I do think they're all going to die very soon. We got the family back. That's super nice. He does have 19 units. I believe Persia's at something like 5, 10. Okay, 10. That's a pretty big difference. 5 of them are onagers. Oof. It's not going to be 10 for long. I will sling you. Eat rocks. Oh boy, you can wreck that spear. And this horseman is going to wreck an onager sometime. Holy cow! 15! Okay, what else do you want to kill, Babylonia? There are... Oh, you're just going to bring him up now. Okay. Are we wrecking this archer? Are we wrecking this onager? Looks like the onager. See ya. Well, that was aggressive, and I like it. I think Babylonia is about to close this out. I do like that the other kinds of units are coming than just onagers. I don't know if it'll be in time, but you definitely got to try something. There is quite a lot of stone. I don't have a disciple back here, but I definitely could build the Christianity wonder. What we got left? Oh, that guy, yep. Maybe you're gonna die? Looks like most everybody has gone, so unless you rush this guy forward, which you're not going to do with this many orders, the archer does live. She could kill it. That'd be pretty aggressive, but I think Babylonia has shown they've got enough to pull this out. It puts the commander on the horseman, or it gets the hose again. Yeah. The shield bearer fierce. Yeah. Well, I think Babylonia is going to be fine, even without that, but I agree, Problem Gambler, I think it would be much better were that leader on a unit than sitting as a governor. Severely ill and doomed. Ooh. Ooh, that's not great. Free onager. Sure, why not? Who's next in line? Yeah. Alright. We might be coming to the end here of what has been quite a game. This is the 7th session, turn 126. Persia actually within not that many turns of being able to point victory if they pushed for it. They got to defend themselves. And the horse goes bye-bye. And that Paulton does a paltry 3 to that longbow. That's so gross. Please, oh please kill this longbow. Stop letting them. Thank you. This archer either needs to hit somebody, which can't really kill, or it needs to back up and heal. Units are precious when you're down to 9 of them. To that paragraph again. Oh, jeez. Yep, it's going down. Are we at? Still just stronger. I wonder if Persia is processing just the bad position it's in, or if it can pull off enough points quickly enough. Not sure that it can. Oh man, there's a fire. How fun. Okay, there is an estates coming in Comus. So he's going to pull another point out there. He's got 3 turns till a point. He's got 7 turns, so we're looking at 4 points at that point. Then he's just got to get a disciple to start the Christian thing over here. Dang. You came back here and attacked? Alright, I mean, that's a choice. If only your disciples weren't up the front getting murdered. So close to points. You can't do a lot to it, but at least do something. Don't leave your Paulton hanging there, waiting to do his extra route attack. Cold baths. Didn't start another winter yet. Another Paulton. Cataphract in 4 turns? Can we rush this? Ooh, not quite. Persia's got an opening. It's not impossible. They could have pushed this harder earlier to getting the other wonder and actively pushing the end of this points game. What is happening up here? Oh, well, I just need more stone, sir. If you could sell, you could get 35,000 for most of your food. All right, we got Independence City. I mean, at this point, it's not fun to not have control of one of your queues, but you don't want to deal with 3 rebels back there, so maybe just give them control and continue with the murdering. Yeah, you want to get that Paulton murdered. Oh my gosh. That is why you have the pikemen. Because that is an insane amount of damage. That was beautiful. The dead Paulton. Can't see the one that's back here, but there is one waiting. Okay, how many more of these onagers can he kill? Oh, rebels. That's annoying to deal with. Holy cow, I think I can do a lot. So can that longbow. Yeah, I think we can kill this one. Can't kill the one in the city, but he's barely able to hit anything. But anyway, maybe we can put some effort into this archer, but probably don't need to. Although both of these can now hit that, so that pike might be dead next turn, if it matters. How do we finish off this onager? Don't love getting that close, but that's what they'll do. Oh, okay. Oh, he does. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, that's sick. The other Paulton dies to this super spear or super pike. Holy cow. Nothing like watching one of your guys just evaporate. Okay, get that down. Oof. This is not looking good. You can rush that cataphract. So you can have it. But that's not enough. It's not enough against all this. Yep. Oof. We have archer. Onager, archer, onager. Is that literally every military unit we have for Persia? It is. Oof. That is a rough time. Persia is definitely hurting. And it's not going to have a good time. Does Babylonia have anything? Nope. Okay, what can we get from these? Yeah. Okay, sure. Making somebody a little more happy. Not bad. It's funny that this cost 170 food and this will cost 2,000 gold. Market, yeah, none of those events are drastically changing the outcome of this game, I don't think. Yes, we can kill one of these pikes, and that is great if there's also 2 other pikes on the field. We can rush this cataphract, which... Oh, let's see. What about this one? Oh. Can I hurry because the city with a furious family? Oh my gosh. That's rough. Holy cow. I say rush the one that's longer, but... This is a precarious Persia position. I don't know how to escape it. I don't know if there is an escape. I made save. I'm done for today. Well, we're not going to find the end today, folks. We will move on to another round. All right, so for a follow-up, for anyone who's looking at this later, Babylonia has quite a few units. Persia's got 6. Looks like 4 onagers and 2 archers, while Babylonia has quite a bit more. 18, 2 onagers, 5 slingers, a longbowman, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Cimmerians, a horseman, and 3 pikemen. And Persia is coming close to the number of points. They need 6 points. They have 1 coming from a... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong person. They have 1 coming from a city shortly. They have 2 in 6 turns from the Mahavihara. And they could get 1 from Opulence in Comus that they'd have to start in 3 turns. So that does still leave them 2 turns short. And this is the end of this stream. And there will be a part 8 to this, which could be the thrilling conclusion. Thank you all for watching, and I hope we see the results from this one soon.